Hey guys, welcome to another episode of MrLopezClasses.com. We are going to continue with the chapter 7 of our book of auxiliary systems. This is the episode number 3. In this episode we are going to talk about the lines, the feeding, the pipes, the tanks, and the water heaters. And we are going to check the considerations in relation with the installation of those systems. Be careful with the freshwater systems because the people make a lot of mistakes in the installation of a freshwater system. Normally the people think that this is pretty similar to the installation of residential installation, home installations. It's similar, but it's not the same. We need to take special considerations, especially in relation with the quality of the materials, in relation with the wiring, in relation with the bonding system, in relation with the selection of the materials appropriated per each specific situation. Take care about that because the installation is different and the materials are completely different. Never use regular material, the material that you use in the installation of your home. Use always marine approved materials. In this chapter, I need that you buy as soon as possible the ABYC study guide, the Systems ABYC study guide, Systems. Because at the end of this class, we are going to take the certification, ABYC Systems Certification. I need that you read as soon as possible chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because in the next coming conference, we are going to solve questions related with those chapters. Chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we are going to analyze each chapter. Please, for the next coming conference, I need that you finish chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4 of your ABYC study guide, and of course the chapter 7 of your textbook. Yes, we are going to try to solve a question related with those topics in the next coming conference. My friends, in the installation of freshwater systems, it's common that the people try to use materials used in industrial and residential installations. Those materials are different. And be careful if you are working in a marina, in a shipyard, because probably you received the visit of the inspector. And suddenly the inspector rejects your work because you use improperly materials. Always use recommended hoses, pipes, clamps, approved for the Coast Guard, approved for ABYC, and approved for the end of regulation in your country. Probably in your country is a little different, but in all the countries you have supervisors and regulations. Please follow the regulation. In America, we are going to follow ABYC. ABYC is a good standard for installations of a freshwater system, sanitation system, all of those auxiliary systems. Okay, my friends, we are going to start with the pipes. Normally the materials, once again, should be marine approved. The majority of the pipes for freshwater systems are, if they are metallic, they are in a special bronze, marine bronze alloy, and the fittings also bronze alloys, and if the lines are in aluminum, is aluminum series 5000, marine approved. If it's in stainless steel, is stainless steel series 300. Don't forget that, series 300 for stainless steel, series 5000 for aluminum, and copper alloys, only naval bronze, and special alloys, bronze alloys, allowed for marine applications. Let me check the materials, the special material once again. We have copper alloys, stainless steel series 300, aluminum 5000. Well, we are going to copy here aluminum 5000 series. Plastic and rubber according with the ABYC and Coast Guard regulations. That's critical. Materials. CPVC. CPVC is a good material, is authorized, and those elements meet the requirements of ASTM and ABYC. CPVC. CPVC, that material. It's different than the regular PVC. The regular industrial PVC is different like a CPVC. Okay, it's a chlorethane polyvinyl. It's a special material. It is approved for ABYC. CPVC piping, which is suitable for hot and cold water distribution, has a look at the capacity. It's around 400 psi of pressure. It's good for hot and cold water, and work in temperatures in between in the range of 180 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, this is good. CPVC is good. CPVC should be installed with the special glue and the special clear for CPVC. All right, it's simple. It's pretty similar to the residential application, but don't forget, regular PVC for residential application is not allowed in marine applications. All right, my friends, and those lines, the blue lines and the orange line with the quick connectors are commonly used, are the most common in small and medium boats, in mega yachts and big boats. CPVC is more recommended, and copper permanent installation is better. But in medium and small boats, those lines, the blue and the red ones, the red one for hot water, the blue for cold water, with the quick connectors, are commonly used. In marine application, it's not longer used. Those type of pipes with the glue, it's not used in marine application because it's complicated. In marine application, you have quick connectors. You release the pressure here, you introduce the pipe, and right now the pipe, only if you release the pressure over there, you can remove the pipe. You can use blue pipes for fresh water, cold water, and you can use the orange one or red one for hot water, cold water. And those are the connectors. The connectors are straight connectors or elbows or T's, quick connections. It's easy install the plumbing with this type of connectors. Okay, this is those materials are allowed for fresh water, potable water, cold and hot water. Okay, we are going to start to analyze different type of hoses and pipes and the materials approved for marine application. The clear PVC tubing. This is the series 150. Those clear hoses are very common in marine application, especially in drains. The drain of the air condition, the drain of the water maker, drains. Those hoses are primarily used for non-pressurized system. Important, non-pressurized system, potable water. Non-pressurized systems, potable water system. Yeah, or supply in sink, showers, on ice box. This is not used for hot water pressurized system. Be careful with that. The clear hoses are basically for drains. I recommend use it exclusive for drains. It's good for drains because you can see if the equipment is draining properly, and you can see if the drain water, the condensate water, the color is good. Oh, if the color is different, it's because it's mixed with the refrigerant or other components. Okay, clear hoses are commonly used for non-pressurized systems and drain systems. That's very important. Okay, my friends, and this one, this is a polyester reinforced PVC tubing, series 160A. This is clear with a dash, white dash. The range is in between quarter and 1.5 inches in diameter. This hose is primarily used for pressurized water system, hot or cold, pressurized, wash down pumps and head intake. The maximum pressure of this line is 150 maximum burst pressure. All right, This is clear with the white lines, and the pressure for that for those hoses is maximum 150 psi. Maximum 100. Be careful with the pressures, if not you make a lot of mistakes. And this one with the red lines, work with a maximum 250 psi. This is the polyester PVC red tracer, and once again they are coming in between a quarter and a half inches in diameter. Those hoses are primarily used for pressurized water system, hot or cold, drain lines, sink, shower, icebox, for example, wash down pumps. All right, it's a polyester braid reinforced lines. This is clear, but it's reinforced and is used with maximum 250 psi of pressure with the red line. With the blue line, like this, it's pretty similar, but this is blue tracer. Once again, quarter inch and 1.5 inch in diameter, and this is maximum for 250 psi. And once again, is used for pressurized systems, hot and cold water, drain line, sink, shower, icebox, but with maximum 250 psi. This is a little higher in pressure than the previous one with the red line. No? And this one, the next one, this is a completely white, thick wall and a wire reinforced. This is BAC Extra Heavy Duty FDA. This is series 140A. The range of diameter is in between 5A to 1.5 inches. Those hoses are smooth, white color, FDA grade, is PVC with a helicoil inside. It is rated for full vacuum. This is good in areas where you have a high vacuum. Those hoses not collapse, and is resistant to mild chemical penetration and salt water. Yeah. This hose is primary used for bilge pumps, intakes, and discharge. Bilge pump, no. In the majority of the bilge pumps, you found those hoses, white hoses, reinforced. They are used in sinks, showers, scoopers, light wells, intake, drain, potable water, tank fill, sanitation system, in toilets, in tank, in drain lines. This hose is resistant to odor penetration. For that reason, it's commonly used in sanitation system. Do not use that hose with a refrigerant, automotive refrigerant, with coolant, with glycol-based antifreeze. Never use those hoses with the antifreeze, the automotive antifreeze, because the automotive coolant have a special chemical detergent that deteriorate the material of those hoses, and sooner or later you have a leak. Okay, be careful. This is the only fluid that is not compatible with this type of hose. Is the automotive glycol, the automotive antifreeze. Okay, be careful with that. Which question? Okay, my friend, those are the white ones, and this one. This is completely flexible. You remember that one? It's completely flexible. Yes, this is a BAC with FDA liner, series 145. Once again, the range is in between 1.25 and 1.5 inches. Is a vinyl covered with a steel wire. Is wire reinforced. You can deformate easily. Is used also in bilge pumps. It is very flexible, FDA, and is resistant to chemicals and salt water. This hose is primarily used in diaphragm, hand-operated bilge pumps, in the intake and the discharge lines, and is used in the fill of a freshwater tank. Once again, don't use with automotive antifreeze, all right? Because it's not good. And do not attach through holes located below the water line. Okay? Be careful with those flexible hoses. Never should be attached directly to the through holes, because immediately you have a complaint. Right? Be careful with that. Never attach those hoses directly to the through holes. One important thing before I continue. Don't forget about the hose clamps. The hose clamp should be marine approved. They should be series 300, and they should be installed double hose clamps, cross, one in one direction, the other one in the opposite direction. Double hose clamps. All the installation should be with double hose clamp. In the next coming chapter 10, dedicated to air conditioning, we are going to talk about that some manufacturers of air conditioning equipment accept single hose clamp, but ABYC and me, we recommend always use double hose clamp for safety. Double hose clamp. I think that in the ABYC study guide they say that there are exceptions. Only in field of fresh water you can use single hose clamp. I don't remember exactly. We are going to check. But the recommendation is in all the feedings, all the terminals use double hose clamps. Cross hose clamps, marine approved, series 300. There are hose clamps not authorized, like those automotive hose clamps. Those automotive hose clamps are not authorized because the material is not marine approved. This is a regular steel, and that steel have too much memory, and when it's deformated, stay deformated, and after that never return to the original position. Be careful with those automotive hose clamps. Never use those automotive hose clamps. Use always marine approved hose clamps and double hose clamps. Always, all right? Be careful with that. The next hose, live well hose, series 149. The range is in between 5 inches to 1.5. Chills live well hose, black smooth cover, is wire reinforced, is rated for full vacuum, and is resistant to chemicals and salt water. This hose is primarily used for bilge pumps, intake and discharge, for drains, sinks, shower, scoopers, live wells, and sanitation system. In sanitation system is very common, especially in the discharge lines of the sanitation system. This hose is used for installation below the water line. Okay, yeah, because it's wire reinforced, never collapse with a vacuum. It's a very common hose used in those type of applications. Okay, my friends, and don't forget, if you work with a CPVC, try to use the cutting tool, special cutting tool for CPVC, and use the glue and the cleaner special for those PVC pipes. You have experience in your home when you replace lines. Yes, CPVC is authorized. All right, remember that we explained that the on-demand pumps, freshwater pumps, they use the pressure regulator. The pressure regulator is incorporated. If the pump is DC, it's this one, the blue one. If the pump is AC, it's the last one. And with the two screws over there, this screw is used to calibrate the pressure. That's for pressure calibration. And normally it's located in the output side of the pump. And with that screw, you can calibrate at what pressure you wanted that the pump start automatically. Those are the pressure regulators or a pressure switch. A pressure switch opens the electrical circuit of the pump, and those pressure switch normally are calibrated in between 35 and 60 psi. Okay, and other important element that we are going to install commonly in marine applications is the water heater. The water heater is commonly used in marine application, and the water heater in marine application is working with a dual function, with the electrical power coming from the AC panel and with the coolant coming from the main engines or generators. The idea is that the coolant enter in a special serpentine and return into the engine, but that serpentine had internally submerged into the fresh water, keep the fresh water hot, and it's a good choice because you don't use electricity. The majority of the sailboats, they have those freshwater tanks with the electricity and with the option with the core of coolant internal. Those tanks, those water heaters, are installed in this way. A marine water heater or a boiler is a special water heater. This water heater is working with two functions.
with electrical, with power, that's the neutral, hot line and hot line, double phase, and ground. That's the power coming from the breaker from the AC panel. That breaker is labeled water heater. This element activates a resistor exactly like this. That resistor is located inside of this cylinder in order to preheat and boil the water. This is the electrical mode of the water heater, when this electrical connection activates the resistor internally and preheat the water. But if you are in the middle of the ocean, you don't have generator, you don't have AC source of power, the water internally in the cylinder, in the water heater, can be heated by coolant. It's a serpentine like this, located inside of the cylinder, and that serpentine, that's the input of the coolant coming from the coolant pump of the main engine, and this is the return into the block of the engine. That's the input of coolant, and this is the return of coolant. The coolant is coming hot because the engine is running. The coolant hot enters in the serpentine of copper, nickel-copper alloy, and the water is preheated. In other words, this is the water heater for a marine application. It's a dual function with electricity, electrical, double phase or three phase, or with coolant. And this is the output. This is the output. This is the fresh water coming in, cold water, and this is the hot water coming out. This is the water coming with the blue pipe, and this is the water coming out with the red pipe. This is the input and output, and this is the pressure regulator. If the pressure internally passes the limit, that element, the pressure relief valve, open and release pressure, and discharge the pressure and protect the boat. This is the water heater or boiler.
Good. Don't forget, my friends, that we are going to use a lot of check valves. The check valves are used to avoid that the water return, but it's very, very common. We are going to use check valves in different applications. Be careful when you install the check valve, because the check valve only have one direction. It's the direction where the window open and close. If you install the check valve in opposite direction, you make a big mistake. It's a chemical valve that only allows the flow of the water in one direction, exactly the same like a diode in electricity, and prevent that the pressure of the water coming from the city damage other elements inside of the boat. Remember that picture? Exactly. The check valve over there is mandatory. It's mandatory in a typical freshwater installation of a medium, small boats, and big boats. The freshwater tank, the materials, this is a special polyethylene plastic. I prefer use the rigid polyethylene plastic. The white color is better, and you found those type of tanks in different sizes depending of the area that you have in your boat. Don't forget, use only freshwater tanks, marine approved. There are plastic freshwater tanks used in industrial application. Those plastic freshwater tanks are not allowed to be used in marine application. Be careful with that. Yeah, the size of the tank depends on the capacity of your freshwater system, the amount of faucets, you remember, and depend on the area also that you have in your boat. In some cases, you have special areas and you need order the fabrication of those tanks. Yeah, there are companies dedicated to fabricate those plastic tanks special according with the area that you have in your boat. All right, and the accumulator. The accumulator is we talk later about those accumulators. Those accumulators, they work with pressures in between 30 psi and maximum 125 psi. ABYC question. The accumulator tank maintains a smooth and steady water flow. I explained it's like a shock absorber, absorb vibration, and keep the system, the flow of the water smooth with no noise and no vibration. All right. And the freshwater tank I explained to you in the previous video that work with electrical or work with the coolant. Okay, my friend, this is the theory related with the lines, the pipes, and the water heaters. Don't forget, be careful with the electrical connections. Be careful with the bonding. If you install a fresh water heater, you need bonded the water heater to the bonding system, and you need grounded the electrical connection of the water heater to the ground AC system, to the ground bus bar of the AC system. The majority of the water heaters, they are double phase. For that reason, you need to be careful with the installation. Be 100% sure that you have a double different phases. No, like some technicians say, no, I have a single phase. I split the phase in two, and right now I have a double phase. No, this is the same phase. Okay, you need a double phase to install those water heaters. Be careful with the electrical installation. Be careful with the ground, and be careful with the bonding. Okay, the ground is connected to the ground bus bar of the AC panel, and the bonding is connected directly to the bonding system to drain a small DC currents. And use water heaters. Use water heaters recommended for marine application, because those water heaters, they have a double function for coolant and electrical, and they are fabricated in materials approved for the Coast Guard, approved for FDA, and approved for ABYC. Thank you.